Hello, I'm the Proper Cuber, and today I'll be doing example cells. These are not the ones I mentioned in my previous video, however, these are meant to replace that because I am having a hard time getting those scrambled, and these will be generated off of cstimer.net. Scramble will be on screen every time, and let's just get into video. So the first scramble is U, D prime, F, U prime, F, U2, B, L, U2, F2, U prime, F2, D prime, R2, U2, R2, D2, F2, U2, R. This is what your cube should look like once it's scrambled, and I'll be doing white cross today because that is what most people know how to solve on. And I can see that we can build an X cross, so what I do is for the cross, you can tell you can make an X cross because you have this. Now this could also be a blue pair, however I'm doing white cross, so we'll just use that as something for an X cross. What you can do is D, and then insert the blue edge with R2, do a D prime. You can insert this edge right here, but first I'm going to insert this edge, put this edge on top, and then insert it, because that inserts this edge. And then when we align the D face, that builds us an X cross right there. And next what I do is I'd see this pair, and I'd just put it up here, up, and set it up, then insert it in the back with an L wide, U, L prime, U prime, and then M prime. That inserts the pair, and then that sets up this pair, so I can insert it using hedge or reverse sledgehammer. Then I see this pair, so I just set it up, insert it, and then you have this OLO. And then you have this PLO. And that's the first scramble. Okay, the next scramble is L2, R2, D2, B, D2, F prime, L2, F2, R2, D2, R2, L, D, F2, R, U, L, D2, U2, B prime, F. And this is what your cube should look like. And looking around, what I see is that I can set up these pairs, this cross edge, and what I'm tracking my first pair, I see this corner. So let's just see where that's going to go. I will do L2, then F. So that would put this edge up here. Wait, no, L2, F, and then L. So that'll put this edge right here. And then I can do a D, insert the edge, it'll go up here. So this corner will be here, another D, it'll be here, then it'll go up to here, and then the edge, which is white, green, orange, right here. So it'll go up here, then up here, and then up here. Okay, so it's just gonna stay in this vicinity with the green edge up there. So let's just solve that cross. Yep. And then rotate to do this pair that we tracked in inspection. And then we just do it like this, where we put this corner over here, move this edge up here, go into the insert and insert it. I see this pair, so I just move that up, then away, insert it, and then I see this pair, so I could do one of two things. I could take it out and insert it, or I could use keyholing, and I'm going to use keyholing because I see this bad pair, so I just keyhole it. Then I see this, and what I do is take it out with F, moving it out in F prime, then insert it. That sets up this OLO, and then a U perm. Okay, next we have L prime, F prime, D, U2, R prime, D2, L prime, B2, L prime, F2, L prime, D2, R2, D2, F prime, L2, R2, U2, R2, D, and B2. This is what your cube should look like once you're done. And looking at the white cross, not the best white cross, but what I see I can do is tracking this pair, and then I'd first move this over here, and then insert this edge, which would move this up here, and then I can move that there. I see this edge, and I planned it in inspection, so I just insert that one. You could either rotate or use it through the back. Then I insert this pair, and then I see this blue and orange pair, and then tracking it, I saw this edge go here, so I rotate to it, I see that pair. I saw this pair go in, so I can take that out, insert it into the back, set up this pair, and then insert it, this OLO, and this PLO. The next scramble is F prime, U2, L, B2, U2, L, D2, B2, R, U2, L2, D2, B, U, B prime, F, L2, U, L, F2, D. And this is what your cube should look like. Let's go into white cross, and this is pretty bad white cross. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is first move this edge up here, putting this corner, tracking this corner, it's gonna go up here, and then I'm moving this here, so that corner is gonna end up here. I'm gonna move this up here, this here, but, well, okay, I'm stuttering. I'm not stuttering, I'm just going ahead of myself, sorry. Let me just try to explain that better. Moving this edge up here, this edge here, this red-white edge here, and this white-orange edge here. Then I do an R, F, and L, which will insert this green, this red, and this orange will be right here. Then I can finish off that orange. And that blue will be up here, so I can do a D2, put it in, and then a D2, and then D, which will insert here. And tracking my corner, I see this corner, so it'll move once here, then back here, and then it'll move here, and then down here. Well, I might have that wrong, but let's just see how it goes. So I messed up my cross, but that blue edge ended up here, so that was better. And then I saw my blue edge here, so I take it out, insert it with hedge. I see this pair, so I insert that, like so. I saw this pair, so I take that out and insert it with this fancy insert I showed before, but mirrored. I see this pair made, insert it, OLO, and PLO. Yeah. And now our final solve, which is F2, D2, B2, L2, U prime, L2, D prime, U2, D2, R prime, B prime, U prime, L, D2, L, F, L2, R, and B. And then the white cross on this is actually pretty nice. I see this edge, so I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do instead of trying to explain it. So I just insert that, and that sets up these two. However, this does make it into a pair, but we aren't going to be able to preserve this, so we're not going to make an X cross. So we just do D, then insert, then a D prime, and then we look for our first pair, which is this. So we put it over here, take it out, sets up this 3 move. Then we see this pair right here. We set it up like so, because these two colors match, so we can move it up, move it over, and put it down, because these two colors match and these two colors match, so that'll align it up there. And I learned that, well, you have to learn edge orientation to know when you can use that type of move, but you can just try experimenting with different solutions to your F2L cases, and looking at example solves like this, looking at how the colors are, and overall it's really something you just have to pick up over time after doing hundreds and hundreds of solves. You can, and slow solves too, or in time solves as some people call it. And you look at the edge orientation, look at how you can insert it, look at when the colors match and when they don't, and that affects how you will look at your F2O cases. And if you just keep doing that for, say, 500 solves, a bunch of slow solves where you're looking in at colors F2L or in EL edge orientation, it sounds complicated. It's really just looking at the colors, seeing if it works. And then I'm just going into the next pair, which I just did sexy moves for, and then inserting it here. Then you see this pair, so I just move it like that and insert it. I rotate for this case. That gives us this OLL and then this Z perm. And that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. Remember, wear a bike helmet when you go biking so that if you crash, you don't break your head like I broke my arm. My arm is fine now, but stuff like that happens. And bye for now.